Now at 5, police investigate the case of a man and woman found dead in a Joplin home. Plus, the story of a young patient with very high-tech prosthetics. And
families and survivors of the Parkland shooting spoke directly to the gunman about the tragedy. I'm Cristian Benavides in Fort Lauderdale, where the judge is set to sentence him to life in prison.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Police are investigating after a man and woman are found dead in a Joplin home. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Officers responded to the home on the 2200 block of Annie Baxter shortly after 9:20 last night. Overnight, the house and the alley and road near the home were sealed off with crime scene tape. Inside, they found the bodies of a man and a woman. A 9-year-old boy was also at the home. Authorities say he is safe. Witnesses tell the JPD they heard gunfire just before authorities arrived. You can follow the story on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The suspect in a Pittsburgh hit and run is now charged. Authorities say last Friday, 46-year-old Brian Walliford of Cherokee was driving west on 14th Street in Pittsburgh when he hit a pedestrian, 43-year-old Melanie Ishimura of Pittsburgh. Ishimura is still listed in serious condition at last report, but is expected to recover. Yesterday, Walrod turned himself into police. He's now charged with felony failure to stop at an accident resulting in great bodily harm. Authorities have charged a former executive director of the Carthage Convention and Visitors Bureau with stealing from the organization. The Jasper County prosecutor filed charges against Kaylee Myers following a years-long investigation by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Myers worked at the CVB from November of 2020 through July of 2021. Court documents show investigators found Myers made almost $5,000 worth of unauthorized purchases using the CVB debit card. Authorities say Myers used the card to buy clothes, food, hair salon services, and as payment to her husband and daughter. The project to replace Joplin's South Range Line Bridge is making progress. Crews have begun pouring concrete on the bridge deck. This is part of the project to build a new bridge that will be higher, wider, and shorter than the previous one. The new bridge will feature sidewalks on both sides of the road that the previous bridge did not have. At last report, that project completion date was early December. 4 Southwest Missouri students are celebrating perfect ACT test results tonight. Thomas Jefferson Independent Day School seniors Phoenix Wade, Samantha Seto, Nat Curtis, and junior Emily Rowe all received a 36 on the test. One of the high-achieving students told us about her feelings when she found out.
It was definitely very exciting, and so I texted my parents right after. I was like, no way, I guess that happened. And then I didn't even know actually we had 4 ACT scores. Like, that is like 4 perfect scores. That's incredible. Like, and I'm so proud to be in a school that has that and to be surrounded by people like of that caliber.
Fewer than 0.5% of students who've taken that test this year have achieved that perfect score. Congratulations to all. Let's check in with Doug for a look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a great day for us today. Upper 70s to near 80 for afternoon highs, which is well above where we should be for this time of the year. Most of us now are still sitting kind of mid 70s to upper 70s once you get out across Kansas and also Oklahoma. The wind's slowly starting to pick up. These are going to increase a bit as we go through the next few days, but nothing going on. We have clear skies. We'll see clear skies throughout the evening hours. We'll drop back through the 70s, 60s, 59 by 10. Overnight low down to about 52 degrees. We do have some changes in the forecast. Winds picking up, dry until Friday. Thunderstorms late Friday. Some of those could be strong, maybe even severe. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. We're going to break that all down for you coming up here in just a bit.
We'll see you soon. The midterm election is 1 week away now, and we have a couple of reminders for you. Today is the last day to request a mail-in ballot in Kansas, and early voting in Oklahoma starts tomorrow. Be sure to download the KOAM News app for all your election needs. You can also go to our website for election information, KOAMnewsnow.com/elections. Families of the 17 people killed in the 2018 school massacre in Parkland, Florida, were able to directly speak to the shooter today. Nicholas Cruz also heard from people he wounded in the first of a two-day sentencing hearing. Most expressed rage that he didn't receive the death penalty. Reporter Christian Benavides is at the courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Families of the students and staff killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School unleashed their rage on gunman Nicholas Cruz.
And Parkland murder, I hope your maker sends you directly to hell to burn for the rest of your eternity.
Many of the families and survivors testified during the penalty trial, but were only allowed to describe what happened and their grief. Tuesday, they could address Cruz directly.
We hope that you, the monster who did this to our son, endure a painful existence in your remaining days.
Teacher Stacy Lapel says she came within 20 feet of Cruz before she was able to close her classroom door, saving her students.
Because of you, I will never feel safe again.
After the families and survivors give their statements, the judge will formally impose the jury sentence to life in prison without parole. Most who spoke expressed disgust. Cruz didn't get the death penalty.
Shameful, despicable behavior by you people.
Patricia Oliver, who lost her son Joaquin, railed against the defense attorneys who'd argued their clients should be spared because of his mother's drug and alcohol abuse while pregnant, and he never got the help he needed.
Karma will eventually catch up to you all.
Some families want the state's law changed so jurors do not have to be unanimous on the death penalty. In this case, 3 of the 12 jurors voted against it. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Fort Lauderdale.
Cruz's attorneys say he is not expected to speak. Another mass shooting rocked Chicago late Halloween night when a gunman fired into a crowd on the city's west side. Police say 13 people were shot in just a few seconds during an apparent drive-by shooting. The victims included a 3-year-old. Another victim was struck by a car while trying to flee. Police say a camera showed at least 1 car and 2 shooters. Still ahead, a new product for an old business.
An apple orchard that's more than 100 years old is adding a new dimension: cannabis. I'm Wendy Gillette. How the business is reaching new highs and changing some farms.
But first, high-tech prosthetics for a little girl. That's next in Health Watch.
Hi, folks.
Topping today's Health Watch, a new report calls for more money to help women with lung cancer. Researchers say women are disproportionately impacted by the disease, with more women dying of lung cancer than breast cancer and ovarian cancer combined. They make the case increased research funding will improve mortality rates and quality of life for lung cancer patients. Hearing screenings for newborns are becoming more accessible. Researchers at the University of Washington developed a low-cost system using smartphones and earbuds. The methods rival devices that are too expensive for many countries, and researchers hope their system will help tackle global health inequities. A new study shows a gaping hole in pediatric health care. Only 9% of studies include non-English speaking children. The findings from the University of Pittsburgh indicate the lack of representation could lead to health inequities for families who speak different languages. Researchers hope this will be a call to action for more inclusive pediatric research. Prosthetics with computerized knees are helping an 8-year-old amputee do everyday things that at one point might have seemed impossible. She's the youngest person in the world to receive them. Reporter Tina Kraus introduces us to a little girl from Bath, England, who knows no bounds.
8-year-old Harmony Rose Allen is relishing her newfound mobility thanks to her high-tech prosthetic legs.
I love them. And on a scale to 1 to 10, 10, I'm enjoying them.
Harmony contracted meningitis as a baby. Sepsis from the infection ravaged her body, forcing doctors to amputate her arms, legs, and the tip of her nose before her first birthday. Meningitis can be viral or bacterial, but the latter is of particular concern. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 10 people who contract bacterial meningitis will die, and 1 in 5 have severe complications, including amputation after sepsis. The knees of her new prosthetics are fitted with tiny computers. Sensors in the legs detect what Harmony is doing and change resistance using hydraulics, reducing her risk of falls. Her mom says Harmony was a quick study.
By the end of the week, she was walking independently. You can't explain the feeling, really, because it was just so lovely.
And Harmony is putting her prosthetics through their paces.
She's an active girl. I think we last measured her at 2,500 steps a day, which for a bilateral amputee, that's just amazing. So, they are surviving her.
She can even climb stairs.
As long as she can hold on, she's able to climb stairs with these on.
And 2 steps on top of each other I can climb, but with no holder.
It's onward and upward for one determined young girl. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
It's amazing. Harmony's also a dedicated advocate. At age 6, she became the first junior ambassador for Meningitis Now, a charity dedicated to fighting that disease. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, the possibility of an airline pilot strike.
Plus, we're watching for thunderstorms that could be strong to severe later this week. We'll look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Tuesday. Once again, plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, upper 70s for afternoon highs. And it looks like as we go through the evening hours, we continue to see the clear skies, which you can see right now. Indigo Sky Casino and Resorts, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We will start to get some clouds kind of filtering in tomorrow, but overall it looks pretty good. Look at these temps, 75 Stockton, 74 in Grove, 78 in Chanute. We're sitting at 75 in Neodesha. And it looks pretty good. Pretty much clear skies across the region, which you can see in Joplin right now. Currently sitting at 76. We got southwesterly winds at about 5 to 10. Those winds are going to actually pick up a little bit as we go into the next couple days. Through the evening, drop back through the 60s, through the overnight hours into the 50s. You can see pretty much clear skies all night long. So if you are going to be outside throughout the evening hours, it looks pretty good. A little breezy. South winds at about 5 to 10, but again, those are going to start to pick up just a bit. All right, clear skies, nothing going on here. We do have a wave across the southern plains. This is going to shoot to our south, so will not affect us, but here's our next storm system building out across the Pacific Northwest. That system will start to affect us Friday night into Saturday morning. Until then, we look okay. All right, by midnight, we're sitting right around the upper 50s to near 60 degrees. As we go through the overnight hours, we drop back lower 50s, so not as chilly as what we did see this morning. 52 in Stockton, 50 at Grand Lake, Chanute, down to about 53. As we go through the morning hours, we're going to stop at about the noon hour. You can see a few mid and upper level clouds increasing, but temperature's great, upper 60s to lower 70s. By the time we get into the afternoon, some mid and upper level clouds streaming through, but our temperatures again, mid to upper 70s, 73 in Pierce City, 75 in Miami, 77 in Iola. Lamar should make it up to about 77. As we get into tomorrow evening, we'll start to drop back through the 60s and then back down into the 50s once again. So here's your day planner, 54 in the morning, 69 at noon. You can see those clouds kind of increasing, 72 at 5. But I think our high temp, 76, so it looks pretty good. Now let's move into those thunderstorm chances. We're going to stop Thursday evening. Our front's going to be way out to the west. Thunderstorms will develop in central Kansas. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe. We may get a few of those in here Friday morning, but as the front approaches during the day on Friday, our chances for thunderstorms will increase. You can see we're warm into the 70s. Here comes our front, 1:30 in the afternoon, showers, thunderstorms along the front, and then it really erupts as we head into the evening. So here's 6, 7, 8 p.m., of course, high school football, but some of those storms could be strong to severe, and we're going to dig into that system a little bit more coming up tonight at 6. 76 for us tomorrow, 79 Thursday, 74 Friday, good chances for thunderstorms, quite a bit cooler Saturday, high of only 60. Of course, clocks drop back an hour. So it's going to be getting dark Sunday evening with sunny skies, 74. It'll be dark by 5:30. Wow. Yeah.
Long before the Chiefs kick off
I know.
on Sunday nights.
Kind of crazy.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, a former apple orchard growing cannabis. First, though, we honor a local veteran, Joe Helms, that served in the U.S. Marine Corps as a Lance Corporal from 1957 to 1961. He was stationed in Okinawa and Camp Pendleton, his hometown, Dennis, Kansas, and we salute Lance Corporal Joe Helms, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch, pilots at Delta Airlines have voted to authorize a strike if they're unable to negotiate a new employment contract. The parties have been working toward a new contract since 2019. Delta's pilots must get permission from a government mediation board before they can officially strike. New York is the latest city to take the guesswork out of salary negotiations. Today, a new law goes into effect that requires employers to include salary ranges in job postings. Several states have already enacted salary transparency statutes. A similar law in California will take effect next year. A century-old apple orchard in upstate New York that offers plenty of reasons to visit this fall is taking on a new business, one you might not expect. And it could be much more lucrative than the farm's many other enterprises. Wendy Gillette has details.
Can you get it? Good job.
The Ford family recently went apple picking on a sunny Saturday afternoon at Beacon Skiff Orchards in Lafayette, New York.
Perfect.
Right before the peak of leaf peeping season.
I actually came out for my daughter. She's 2, and it's really nice out today, and I thought it would be a perfect day to go before it started getting cold out.
There are a couple of Airbnbs on property for weekend getaways, a distillery where all those apples are transformed into spirits, including vodka, gin, and hard cider. And plenty of areas to taste test all of them. The orchard has been in the Beacon Skiff family since 1911. But now President Eddie Brennan is taking a bite out of a very different business, cannabis.
For us, diversifying outside of apples was really important, and we felt like we could implement vertical integration similar to what we've done with the apple business.
The farm can only grow 1 acre of cannabis under the current law, but that's expected to change when New York State revises its restrictions. Right now, only CBD products manufactured from the cannabis are legal. Beacon Skiff is making oils, balms, even CBD-flavored seltzer water. CBD is big business and only growing higher. Vantage Market Research estimates market growth will increase from nearly $5 billion last year to $47 billion in 2028. Not everyone in the community supports Brennan's new venture, and he's been hearing about it.
Anything from, oh, you're a drug dealer, or why would you do this, or I'm not going to come to Beacon Skiff anymore. And for us, it's all about coming back with a positive response.
Brennan tells customers small doses of cannabis have helped him minimize anxiety and improve sleep. He hopes marijuana will eventually boost the appeal of a visit to Beacon Skiff, just like alcohol. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Lafayette, New York.
Marijuana for recreational use has been legalized in 19 states and Washington, D.C. It's also on the midterm ballots in 5 states, including Missouri. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, could there be a vaccine to combat RSV coming soon? Then on KOAM News at 6, a former youth director at an Army base in central Missouri is sentenced for child sexual abuse. Plus the funeral for a Missouri teacher shot to death in school, and a preview as Galena prepares to take on Columbus for a regional championship. Stay with us. CBS Evening News, KOAM News at 6. Hey, if you're wondering whether you won last night's roughly $1 billion Powerball jackpot, I'll save you the suspense. You did not. No one did. Not to say you didn't win anything. Maybe you won something, but no one hit all 5 white balls in the Powerball. That makes 38 consecutive draws without a jackpot winner since the last person won the big prize back on August the 3rd. Jackpot grows after every drawing without a winner, of course, and it now climbs to about $1.2 billion for Wednesday's drawing, give or take.
I already got my tickets, and I'm going to try this time. I'm actually going to try to win.
Oh, good plan.
Yeah, so
Yeah, my wife bought some last night. I told her to go ahead and get a winning one this time.
Yeah.
Because really, those other numbers are just worthless piece of paper.
Yeah, it's just $2 here,
Yeah,
$2 there.
just throwing it away.
It is.
All right, the weather.
Yeah, it looks pretty good the next couple days. The winds are going to pick up a little bit now. Good chances for thunderstorms on Friday. We're going to talk more about this tonight at 6.
See you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.